What's up, everybody? I hope everyone is doing well and had a great Memorial Day weekend. I wanted to make a quick video to give you some tips, some updates about everything that's going on regarding economic stimulus and the financial health of our country. Unfortunately, there's some very bad people out there that are creating some coronavirus scams, which we all have heard about, but they're targeting those that are receiving an economic stimulus payment. So please be aware that those scams that are out there. Also, I'm going to talk about how to verify your identity with the IRS. I know it doesn't pertain to a lot of people, but a few people had an issue where there was a filing timing issue, I should say, and they need to verify their identity with the IRS. I'm going to speak about that next. And lastly, I want to speak about doing a giveaway. I'm so excited. I reached 10,000 subscribers, and I'm so thankful to all of you for helping me do that. So I want to do something where I can do a giveaway for each one of you. Well, if I can't do it for each one of you, I can't. But at least do some kind of contest too, where I can include each one of you in a contest. And just I'm still coming up with some ideas of what I should do. And plus, I got to run it by my compliance before I do anything. So stay tuned. I'm going to talk about all that coming up next. What's up, everybody? My name is Paul Zachary Shelton Jr., and I'm the Chief Investment Officer of Warwick Shore Advisors. We are a wealth and investment management firm located in Orlando, Florida, with clients all across the United States. If this is your first time coming to my channel, I ask that you please hit the subscribe button. Please like this video. Please share this video to help me increase the financial literacy of our globe. So first up today, I want to talk about the scams that are out there. So there's been about 52,000 people, citizens in this country that have been scammed, or I should say 52,000 confirmed scams. There's probably hundreds of thousands of attempts, or triple that of attempts, or even that of people that have been scammed but just were afraid to report it, because many people are embarrassed and afraid to report scams, especially many of our elderly citizens. So of the reported 52,000 cases, there's been close to $39 million of money that has been scammed out and scammed away from people. So I advise you, please look out for these scams. Do your best to stay away from robo-text messages, robocalls. You get those random calls that call in and say, hey, we have your economic stimulus payment, but we need to verify your address. We need to verify this, verify that. There's no such thing as that. The IRS will not call you to verify your address, to verify your identity. I mean, it's hard enough to call them, let alone have someone standing by and waiting to call you. So they're not going to do that. They're not going to call you for that information. I know we talked about this maybe 4 weeks ago to stay away from those scams, but they're still mounting. They're still coming up, and it's horrible in a time like this that we have people out there that are taking advantage of the system, taking advantage of others that are in need to scam them. The average scam so far has been roughly around $470. So what they're doing is they're sending you a text message, or sending you a phone call, and they're advising you to go to this IRS website, which looks like the IRS website, but typically really it's not. You go in there, then you enter your credit card information, debit card information, whatever information they're asking for. A lot of times they want you to verify your social security number, and then after you do that, you're actually rediverted to the actual real IRS website. At this point, they've already taken very significant information from you, and enough information from you that they can go ahead and do financial harm to you. So please look out for these. If you receive a robo-text, robocall, or anything like that saying that they have your economic stimulus payment, I would advise that you hang up. Or before you hang up, ask them verifying questions if you do have a live person on the phone. If not, definitely hang up. It's very possible if you called into the IRS and you're expecting a call back from them, it's very possible that it may legitimately be an IRS agent. So I would definitely encourage that you would hang up, disconnect that call, call back in. I know it's frustrating to wait online for a long time, but it could be worth it. It could be worth saving your credit report. It could be worth saving you financial harm. So just take your time, be aware of that. Secondly, I want to talk to you today about identifying or verifying your identity with the IRS. There's numerous reasons as to why you may have to do this. For the most part, most people do not have to verify your identity. to the IRS, but in several cases, the IRS is not perfect, as we've seen, and they may make a mistake in recording your tax information. They may make a mistake when they do their identity search due diligence about all the tax recipients and all the economic impact payment recipients. And they may accidentally flag your identity for some particular reason, which may not be true. So typically in a normal society where you're not dealing with a pandemic and everything is open, you can go down to your local IRS agent's office with a photo ID and some other descriptive information about you and provide a verification of your identity. As of right now, most of the offices are still closed to the public, so you are unable to do this, but there are ways that you can verify over the phone, which are kind of limited, and you can also verify online. So they do have an online tool that you can use to verify, and some of the things that they look for is your personal account number information for any credit cards, mortgages that you have, any student loans, any home equity loans or home equity line of credits, and any car loans. So if you have any trade lines that fall into those categories, I suggest that you have those handy for you. And possibly even if you have a mobile phone that's registered or listed under your name, they can use that as well. Now, typically people that receive a letter, you'll receive 1 or 3 letters in the mail if you have to verify your identity with the IRS. But in this situation where we're having the economic stimulus payments go out, those letters are not generated because most of those people haven't filed, or there's a possibility that many people may not have filed within the last year or 2 years, which was based on the stipulations of the economic impact payments. So in a lot of cases, it could be up to 7 years ago, maybe you have not filed and they don't have your identification, or the most recent stuff that they have for you, if they go back and look in the vault, is very old and dated, so they may need some updated information. I've heard of situations where people have been having to identify that they're still alive and that they're not deceased because the IRS has them listed as deceased. So there's a bunch of random situations out there, but hopefully you can use that. Hopefully you can go online and use their tool to update your information. Remember, if you're updating a address, or if your address recently changed since your last filing, go ahead and definitely enter the old address, and they have a bunch of specific instructions down here on how to do this, and I'll make sure to post all this in the description of this video so you can have access to all of that as well. But hopefully that will help for you to be able to identify yourself, or at least verify your identity, so that you can receive the economic stimulus payment. If it does not work for you to receive the economic stimulus payment, that does not mean that you're not going to receive the economic stimulus payment. You're still, are eligible to receive it because it was already guaranteed and promised to you. So even if it's next tax season and you're unable to verify your identity until that time frame, you can still do that. The IRS has already noted that several people in one-off scenarios where there may be different issues may not receive their economic stimulus payment until the fall season of this year. And that's more than likely in situations and scenarios like this, where people will have to go in and identify their identity, typically in person, or there may be some other workaround or something else that's preventing you from receiving it, but you have the documentation where you can verify it. You just need to get it to a human being instead of a computer program. So just because you haven't received it yet, and just because there may be a snag with verifying your identity, doesn't mean that you're disqualified. It just means that you're delayed a little bit. So hang in there. Hopefully you receive it. Hopefully it doesn't delay too long. And hopefully all will be well in that respect. Lastly, before I leave, I want to ask everybody, please leave a comment below. Give me an update on how it's working out with those economic impact cards. I know people should start receiving those this week. Coming up, some people may have received it over the weekend, but just let me know if you're receiving it, if you're seeing it in the mail, how long it's taking to get to you. They were designed to be used as a debit card for your economic stimulus payment. They were sent out in a white envelope. I explained all that last week in the video. So hopefully everyone has received that and is receiving it with no problem, is able to use it with no problem. If you didn't see my video where I discussed the fees associated with those cards last week, I suggest that you go ahead and take a look at that and just jump on their website and look at some of the fees. There are a great amount of fees that the card will charge you, as well as the merchants that accept the card will charge you as well. So be aware of that. Lastly, the 28th was the day that I saw that most people will be receiving their direct deposit or a payment to their Direct Express card that are on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, that have a representative payee. So if you fall into that category, let me know if you received it already. If it came in early, great. If it's still showing pending on the 28th, great. I know other people actually received it on Friday, and some, were trickling in. But if you haven't received it yet, you don't see anything pending, it doesn't mean that it's not coming. It's still on its way. It's very possible that you may receive a check, even though you're expecting a direct deposit. Checks are due to be mailed out on the 27th for everyone that has a representative payee. So stay tuned, hopefully you'll receive it soon. Before you leave my channel, I ask that you please hit the subscribe button, please like this video, and please share this video to help me increase the financial literacy of our globe. Thank you so much and have a great day.